fed me rat poison in Rochester, New York, and they had to cut out half of my vocal cords. And they said I'd never talk again, but they gave me 3 years to live.
For 36 years, Archie Williams spent his life in jail for a crime he didn't commit. He was 22 years old when he went in and 58 when he came out.
Hello guys, welcome to another session of the Before You Give Up season. Today we'll be taking you through 4 aspects. First, we'll begin with a lady who was diagnosed of having cancer of the larynx after being poisoned. Next, we move to a man who was in prison for 36 years for a crime he didn't commit. Next, we'll go on to a lady who has been in a relationship for close to 6 years with a guy who isn't ready to marry her. And we'll be concluding with several accidents you won't love to miss out. And make sure you watch the end, for we have a bonus, which is a tree in which Zacchaeus climbed in order to see Jesus.
You draw quite a crowd when you sing. Why you think your voice touched people?
I believe the Lord gave me a touch when they fed me rat poison in Rochester, New York, and they had to cut out half of my vocal cords. And they said I'd never talk again, but the man upstairs said...
They thought it had ruined your vocal cords.
Right, and I had thyroid cancer. They gave me 3 years to live, and March 28th, be 11 years ago. Let the folks know how nasty Harley, and the man is so good to me. God now kept me alive to see you, sir. And I'm just glad to be here. I can go to heaven now.
For 36 years, Archie Williams spent his life in jail for a crime he didn't commit. Convicted in 1983 for attempted rape and murder, Archie was sentenced to life without parole. But with the help of the Innocence Project, who fought on Archie's behalf for over 2 decades, they were finally able to persuade a judge to order new fingerprint testing. Just 24 hours later, the results vindicated Archie and implicated serial rapist Stephen Forbes. On March 21st, 2019, Archie walked out of prison a free man. He was 22 years old when he went in and 58 when he came out. Let me ask you something, man. What was it like for you hearing that you're sentenced to life in prison when you know you're innocent?
I think, Steve, that's something that you can't really explain, that feeling there. You know, it's like your life is just taken away from you, you know. It's like turning you upside down and just shaking you till your inside is out. You know, it's really...
Okay, so tell me how this happened.
I was just walking down the streets one night, and the police they surrounded me and told me I was under arrest for aggravated rape, first-degree murder, and aggravated burglary. I was like, wow. Who said I did that? Mm-hmm.
So when you connected with the Innocence Project in 1996, how long had you been in jail?
83 was the year I went in there.
Wow, so 13 years.
Right.
You contacted them.
Right.
So Innocence Project took on Archie's case in 1996, and we started making requests to get access to fingerprint evidence from the crime scene, because the person who did this had left their fingerprints, and we knew at the time of trial those fingerprints didn't match Archie. So in 1999, we made our first request to get access to the fingerprints, because by then the FBI had a database, and we said if we can search these fingerprints in the database, we can maybe identify who they belong to. It took us 20 years to get that search. When we went to court, a new judge took the bench, and in February of this year, she said, you know, we're going to get to the truth in this case, and I'm ordering this search.
So, Steve, I've been in a relationship for about 9 years now, but the thing is, I'm 25. So we've been dating since we were like 16, 17 years old. So it's basically all I've ever known. So look, Steve, I'm very vocal. So one day I just asked him, you know, do you think about marriage? And he gave me this real harsh and dry answer, no.
And so you have to start developing ways to cope with it. So that your little soft ultimatum is gonna make him go, because he's never heard that before.
Right.
So he go, wait a minute, what you mean you gonna go do you? I'm just gonna do me for a while. Mm-hmm. Let's just, you know,
hello, just a reminder, for more of such video, make sure you do hit the subscribe button.
Okay.
Let's
you the
continue.
chick of his dreams. like I think you are,
Okay.
like she was to me. And she walked out of my apartment one night with her roller bag, heard me talking on the phone to another girl when we had just started talking. And I was just, trying to peel them off slowly. And she just said, until you peel them off, I love you, Steve, but I'm going to Memphis. And when you're ready for what I want, you have every right. You just got divorced, so if you're not ready for me, it's okay. I'll be in Memphis. I had a flip phone back then. I took that flip phone, 3 o'clock in the morning, snapped it in half, threw it on the floor, told her to never happen again. Got up the next morning, went to Verizon, got a brand new phone number. Ain't no more contacting me, shut it down. And I gave her exactly what she wanted. A year later, we was married.
Actually, you can see the sycamore tree. And if you remember, this